Hey friends, let me know if you can hear me because I just accidentally muted myself. So let me know. Thank you for being here. It's finally Friday. I feel like my weeks are getting tougher and tougher. I feel like by the time Friday rolls around, I'm like completely numb. I know. Happy Friday. And thank you for being here. Laura B, thank you. I appreciate you. And Desiree, of course. Cherry Blossom, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Julie Ann, hi, how are you? You like my necklace? Look, I'm finally wearing it. It's the, well, I kind of think of it as like a dream catcher, even though it's not really a dream catcher, but that's kind of how I see it. Oh yes, Cherry Blossom, happy weekend. I could not wait. I could not wait. Oh, you like the top? I stole this from my mom. I stole it from her. I'm like, give me your shirt. I need it in my life. I'm excited everybody's here. Ascending Universal Butterfly. Hi, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back. It's so good to see everybody. I'm excited because I haven't read cards. I feel like we're going on the third week because I did VR last week and I think the week before. So I'm excited to read today. And I pulled out a few of my spooky decks. So I have the Dark Mansion, in case you've never seen it. It's a really quirky, I don't know, like kind of Tim Burton-ish style deck. It's kind of fun. So I have this deck today, and then of course it would not be spooky season without Nightmare Before Christmas. So I pulled out this one as well. This one's always a lot of fun. Remember that guy? Evil Mastermind. Yeah, it's a fun deck. Ooh, I'll stop there. That's perfect. Jack. So I have that deck. And then I have the Bohemian Gothic. I think a lot of people have probably seen this one. It's kind of like dark and weird and quirky sense of humor, and all of the Gothic style creatures that we remember from the movies of time past are found in this deck. It's a lot of fun and it reads pretty well. So that one. And then one new deck that I'm gonna pull out tonight, and it's called the Darkwood. I don't know if you've seen this one. This one is like, I don't know, the art is, it definitely has like a certain vibe or a certain feel. And there's a lot of animals in this deck. I just finished reading the guidebook from end to end. It was very long, trying to understand like the story behind all the characters, but I discovered that the story wasn't as amazing as I thought it was gonna be. So I'm just gonna work with the deck and see, you know, what happens. So that's the Darkwood. That is what I have for today. I have a couple of Oracle decks, of course. And that's about it. That is about it. Kurt, come on, man. Get it together. Anywho, I'm happy it's Friday, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to pull cards for anyone that wants to. Does she fall in love with the vampire in the dark wood? So disappointing, but no. She meets a vampire, but the vampire that shows up in the judgment card is a female vampire, and then that never comes up again. And it's like super weird. And then the couple that we see, like in the Lovers card, right? We saw a couple. That wasn't her and the vampire. That was like, that was a dream that she had. So it was disappointing. Like, the whole story fell really, really flat for me. And I was so looking forward to reading the book and getting the story and pulling it into the readings. And I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. So we will see. You will time out. Well, thank you. Oh my gosh. All right. Ooh, Craggy Brook. Hi, how are you? You would like a card. Can you pull one for me? Where is my work taking me? Okay. Did you have a deck preference? Let me know if you have a deck preference. Nuestra familia. Hola, ¿cómo está? Hola, ¿cómo estás? Colorful Foresight. Hi, how are you? Oh, it's good to see you. Thank you for coming in. We're going to be doing readings today. Yo estoy de lo más bien, gracias a Dios. Sí. Not at all. Okay, so let's try the Darkwood, right? Let's try the Darkwood. Let's try the Darkwood, and we'll pull a card for you. Where is your work? Where is your work taking you? Where is my work taking me? Where's my work taking me? Ooh. Okay, so first card we have is Page of Pentacles. Now, I just read through the Pentacle suit in the booklet today. The pentacles are represented by what looks like an apple that has been sliced down the middle, so you could see the core. And something that they mentioned, sorry, this deck is shiny, so it's hard, but what they mentioned in the book I thought was interesting is that her dress is made out of tree bark, and that was meant to represent growth and oneness with the land. I feel like that kind of aligns with the way that you seem to live your life, and the way that you seem to take your practice. You know, your practice is not confined to an indoor space. You like to take your practice outdoors, which is something that I really admire about you. And so with this page here, you know, pages can be messengers, but I see like there is some kind of exploration, some sense of curiosity. There's something new to be learned, and it seems like you might be going in a new direction. And maybe that's with like your outdoor practice. It could be, you know, that as well. So I feel like we need to pull another card, and I'm going to pull an oracle card to go with this. And then I'm going to go right here. Ooh, offering. So It's interesting because you got the Page of Pentacles, right? Earth energy, very grounded. And then the idea of an offering. And I know that this is a regular part of your practice. So I love how these cards are coming up for you. I feel like something new is coming in your practice. Are you exploring? You have such a lovely practice. Let me know how that sounds to you. All right, so human OV got blocked. See, that's what happens when you come and you mess around. You find out. You mess around, you find out. Ashish Balkaran, hello, how are you? It's good to see you. Okay, let me see. I'm just catching up with the chat. All right, Liliana, so you want a card. Okay, yes, I can do that for you. Okay, I love working with the lands. Oh, that's amazing. And then Ascending Universal Butterfly. Yes, I will pull a card for you. Anamez, it's good to see you. Hello, my friend. It is good to see you. You've been trying to declutter? Oh my gosh. All right, so I'm gonna have to start tracking the reading, so give me just a moment. I know something new is coming, but I cannot peg it. Ooh, well, let's pull another card. Just so very interesting then that Page of Pentacles. So hold on. Oh, so Six of Swords. So we know this is the card of embarking on something new, but I don't know that this is going to be an easy shift for you. And it seems like it's something that is going to be hard for you to do. You may encounter some challenges along the way. I'm gathering with these alligators, or, you know, I don't know if they're crocs or gators, but there's gators approaching the boat. And then check out the figure in the background. So there's some of that coming through. So twice we're getting the Page of Pentacles and then the card of headed into something new. Oh, look at this. Prayer. So maybe you need to spend some time at your altar. Maybe you need to spend some time at your altar. You also got this offering card. I know how you feel about Santa Muerte. So perhaps that might be a calling for you. Let's see. All right. Sharbaddy, hi. It's good to see you. Clint pimp limps into the chat like a boss. Alvin, hi. How are you? It's good to see you. Oh my gosh. All right. So, Craggy Brook, let me know. And then in the meantime, while you do that, I'm going to go back into the chat because there's some people that want readings. So hold on. So I did yours. Hold on. I'm going to call them out as I add them to the list. And then you can tell me if there's anybody that I missed. Okay, so then Liliana wanted one. So I have Liliana next. And Ascending universal butterfly. And I'm just checking to make sure. Okay, Julie Ann. And then oh, you put it in twice. It's okay. That happens. Thank you, Craggy Brook. Thank you for letting me read for you. I appreciate you, and thank you for coming in. John, hi. How are you? Crystal 1983, you wanted to be added to the list? Okay, I got you. Cherry Blossom. All right, I have you on the list, Cherry Blossom. Ashish. Okay, you want to get on the list? You want to move to a different country? We'll have opportunities to take me overseas. Okay, I'll add you to the list. Ashish. Hard as I keep getting to step back from YouTube. Oh, you know, your practice could be taking you, Craggy Brook, your practice, like just, I still have the cards laying here. Like your practice could be calling you to have more of a private practice as opposed to something public that everyone can, you know, partake in. It might be that, which is hard, and but that would make a lot of sense of why, you know, that might be something that is difficult to do, because you have such a lovely your channel is so beautiful, and your energy is very warm and welcoming, and it's hard when we're trying to grow the channel, but spirit is guiding us to step away from the channel. So I totally get that. Oh, my chat jumped. Hold on. I'm trying to go slow to get the chat, but then the chat jumps. All right, Crystal, 1983, I had you. Cherry Blossom, I had you. Ashish, I have you. Your pain slows you down, Animez. You're a trooper, I have to say. Yes, friends, please remember to hit the, where's the little, here, cha. Please remember to like and subscribe. I appreciate you. All right, let me see. I feel like I'm getting close. She destroys when she types. It's a mechanical keyboard. I'm sorry. You're about to order? Ooh. John, this John, like John Maderos has not come by yet. I haven't seen John Maderos. Lucas James, hi, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for being here. And more stillness and quiet is being called for. Yes, you know what? I've been feeling that too. I've been feeling like my own personal practice is being neglected because I'm not balancing my time out appropriately. And so I find myself slowing down on my channel, but because of that, I'm able to do some other things that I really, really wanted to do. So, you know, it's hard. It's hard to find the right balance. Okay, let me see. Lucas says, how's your day going? Lucas, it's Friday. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I'm thrilled, blessed, thankful. Oh my goodness. Alicia, hi, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Alicia, you wanted a reading as well. Alicia, we'll put you on the list. Okay. And then Millie, hi, how are you? Thank you for being here. Oh no, it jumped again. Darn it. Okay, let me see. You're typing at 32. Clint. Oh, I needed a good laugh. Oh my gosh, let me see. You need time for you too. Yeah, like sometimes like we can't, it's hard. Like you have to find that balance. I've been hearing stillness and quiet as well. You too, Laura B. I've been getting that. I've been getting that. And you know, like I had a moment last week, a complete and total. I was doing a reading for the collective, and then I had this aha moment that reading was for me, not for the collective. And it was like mind blowing. But yeah, that's the message that was coming through. Interesting. Okay. Now, all right, everybody saying hello. Okay, so I think I have everybody now. So this is what I have. I just read for Craggy Brook. Then I have Liliana, Ascending Universal Butterfly is number 3. Julianne, number 4. Crystal 1983 is number 5. Cherry Blossom 6. Ashish 7. Alicia is 8. So that is what I have right now. All right. So I'm going to jump in and I'm going to pause. I'm going to close readings right now. Just in case, because once I start reading, it's hard for me to keep up with the chat. So let me go over there and add that. I was trying to add it to the Nightbot. Shut that off and turn on this one. All right. And then when I get caught up with the readings, I'll go back and I'll turn, you know, depending on how I feel, I'll turn the readings back on again. How does that sound? So if anybody comes in and asks for a reading and I'm like in the middle of reading, if you could just let them know that for now readings are closed, and, you know, check back in 20 minutes or so. Okay. Awesome. So let's start. Liliana. All right, so I'm gonna put these cards away. That message was loud and clear. I used the cemetery oracle deck with the dark wood. They look nice together, even though one is hand drawn and the other one is photography art. So that'll be nice. You're gonna be listening, Animas? Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. All right. So Liliana, we're going to go with you. Now, unfortunately, I'm not as good as Desiree, so I'm going to tell you right now. I just put you on the list, but I don't remember what the question was. So tell me again, was yours a general? Was yours a general, and was there a deck that you were hoping that I would choose for you? Alvin, it's so good to see you. I'm loving your YouTube shorts, the fruit of the day. That's so fun. Will I gain self-love for myself again? Oh, that's a great question. Okay. No special deck. All right. So as you know, we're using our, you know, spooky or darker decks, which means sometimes heavier messages may come through. So I will do my best to deliver the message with kindness and compassion. So I'm going to use my Dark Mansion and we will pull cards. Hi, Innocent. Hello and welcome. Thank you for being here. Readings are closed at the moment because I have about 8 people on the list. But if you check back in about 20 minutes, we can see about adding you on at that point in time. I just don't want to get carried. Last time I ended up with like 25 people on the list, and it's just really hard to promise that many readings. I miss being here. Alvin, I miss you being here. I love your energy. All right, let's see. Card for Liliana. Liliana. Spirit. Ooh, Liliana. I'm not a one card girl, but I'm going to pause here for a minute, okay? Because will you be able to love yourself again? Who else but the Empress? This isn't one of the queens, right? This is a major arcana card. The Empress has shown up for you, okay? The answer to your question is yes, but you have to take charge. You have to lead. You have to lead the way. That's what I'm getting with that card. The Empress is also card number 3. 3 is tied to growth, to expansion, to development. Sometimes in the growth, there are growing pains associated, right? When we're doing things that are different for us or uncomfortable for us, it could be hard, right? It's hard to adapt a practice. But you have to own that part. You have to take charge, and you start small. You could start small. I'll tell you something that I did recently, and I don't know if it'll serve as an example for you. I just realized I didn't light my candle, so I'll tell you my story and light my candle at the same time. All right, so my doctor told me that my vitamin D was low. And he said, we're going to do this the natural way, okay? I could tell you, oh, go and get, vitamins and blah, blah, blah. We're not doing that. He's like, I want you to go outside. I want you to sit outside every day, 30 minutes. And at first I was like, 30 minutes? Like, I don't have that kind of time to just sit out there. There's that candle. I was like, I don't have that kind of time, but I had all the excuses. I don't have time. There's other things I need to do. How could I just sit out there? It's hot. It's still hot. It's raining. All the things. I started to do it. And that has become the part of my day that I look forward to now. I go, I sit outside. I feel the sun. I could feel it warming my face, my skin, my blood in my veins. I could feel my feet. I put them like I have brick pavers outside. I can feel the ions being released right out of my feet. I was like, I've been trying to carve out space to do different things. I took a book outside with me. So now when I go out there, I sit for 30 minutes. I read my book and my timer goes off super, super quick. And before you know it, I did it. I did the thing. And so it doesn't have to be anything major or big, but you have to start somewhere. The Empress is kind of calling you out. Like, you are the star of your own life. Okay? You're not the supporting, right? You're the star. Protagonista, right? That's what they say. You're not the best supporting. So as the star of the show, you call the shots. You call the shots. So sit down and think about what are some of the things that you could do in order to find alignment or find some peace. And it doesn't have to be 30 minutes. In my case, it was 30 minutes, but you could start with a 5-minute thing or a 10-minute thing. But make sure that you do that for yourself. I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. So I'm going to pull from the Halloween oracle deck. That's right, main character vibes. Okay. A card for Liliana. Card for Liliana is here. All right. goodness gracious. Here it is right here. So we have a message coming through for you from Spirit, okay? It is here, the jack-o'-lantern. The jack-o'-lantern. And the key word on this card is protection. And I don't know, you might find like protection, like why? But let me tell you something that I read today in my 30 minutes sitting outside. I'm making a mess. I was reading this book, The Darkwood. And in here, they were talking about pumpkins, right? Because in this deck, let me see where it is. And I'll show you. Hopefully I can find it. Right here. This one is the 7 of Pentacles. And you can see that she's taking a nap on top of pumpkins. And what the book explained was that the scarecrow and the pumpkins protect her, because pumpkins are connected to protection, and which is why people carve them and put them outside to protect their house against, you know, evil spirits. So that is the message for you. Whatever it is that you decide to do for yourself in the form of self-love or self-care, right? And self-care is a form of self-love. Like, it's one of the first steps, right? Is that you are divinely protected. And at this moment, you are exactly where you need to be at this moment in time. There is a lesson that you are needing to learn. And once you learn that, you will find that it's going to come to you more naturally. So that is my message for you, Liliana. Hopefully that wasn't too like, you're welcome. You're welcome. You know, as we head into the darker months of the year, this is a time where, you know, we have less daylight, more nighttime, and it's naturally a time for self-reflection, for turning inward. This is a perfect question, and I hope that you know, next time you come back, you have to tell me what you've done, right? It's good to have an accountability partner too, right? It's good to have an accountability partner. So, you know, come back and keep us posted on your journey. Blessings to you. Thank you for letting me read. Appreciate you. All right, so that was for Liliana. Okay, so we are on Ascending Universal Butterfly. Tell me if you are still here. Craggy Brook, you're still here. Oh, thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of love and support in this community, and that's why that's why I love it so much, and that's why it's so important to me to come on and do live readings. Sometimes we just need a little bit of encouragement, you know? All right. Okay, Ascending Universal Butterfly. Were you general? Tell me again. Sorry, I don't remember. Were you a general reading? Oh, good. I'm glad. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate your feedback. Thank you. All right, so general reading for you, Ascending. We are making good progress. So let me get a sip. All right, general reading. Let's go with Nightmare Before Christmas, because this deck is kind of like a pip deck. It does have some scenic cards, but it is kind of like a pip deck. So what that does, it allows for a little bit more open interpretation rather than staying confined to traditional, you know, tarot meanings. So let us pull, let's pull a few cards and see what message comes through for you. And if I missed anybody coming in, I'm so sorry, but thank you, hello, and welcome, and thank you for being here. Wait, what did Millie say? Pumpkins are super magical. Yes, they are. They are. Super, super magical. That's why I added pumpkin lights. See? I added pumpkin lights to my room. And my cats are like, how many more lights do we need to sleep with? Because I have my Aurora Borealis. And then I have like twinkle lights on the curtains. And then I added the Halloween lights. So Kimchi is like, I'm done with you. Oh no, my kids are like, I want lights. I want to put lights in my room. Hi, Simran. Hi, hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. All right, general reading. General reading. Sending Universal Butterfly. What does she need to know? What is it that she needs to know? Ooh. All right. Are you at a crossroads? I'm just saying, because we got the Hang Santa. You have the Hangman. So I'm just curious if you are at a crossroads, if there is something that you are contemplating, but you're not sure. You're not sure. So let's pull out a couple other cards and see. Simran, I closed readings only because my list was really long, but if you check back in about 20 minutes, I will let you know if I have space to take on a few. I'm just taking a few at a time so I don't get too many. Like right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people on the list waiting. So once I finish with those, then I can tell you if we can do some more. Okay. Thank you so much. Hangman. Ooh. Wow. So, all right. So you had the Hangman, which is a card of like kind of not an impasse, but it's like calling you to like halt, slow your roll. Let's stop for a minute, right? If you're lost, you don't keep driving around in circles. You got to stop at some point and just pause and get grounded. Where are you? What are you doing? Where are you trying to go before you decide what you're going to do next? So we have that card, the Hangman, and then we have the 8 of Potions. And this is that card of walking away. This is a water card, right? Potion is cups. And this is the card of walking away from something. Something that you are currently doing is no longer filling your cup. And yet somehow you continue to do it. And this is saying it's time. Have a great dinner, Craggy Brook. Thank you so much for being here. This is saying stop, right? This is number 8. That's like double 4 energy, right? 4s are that number of like stability and structure, and here you have a double 4. It's almost like there could be some stagnation, and this Hangman wants you to like pause and reflect so you could figure out what it is and walk away from it, because emotionally it's leaving you drained. I'm gonna pull one more card. All right. So we have Queen of Candles. This is like the Queen of Wands. So this is the energy that is coming through as how you're going to be able to do these things, right? Because sometimes we find ourselves stuck or stagnant in a situation, and then you're like, I don't even know where to even begin getting myself out of this. So this card here, Queen of Candles, right, is gonna be your inspiration for how you do it. The Queen of Candles, this is usually an energy that this is very like charismatic, but also a person who is bold, who stands in their power. They're super confident. They attract like energy to themselves, right? They're bold, they're courageous, and like attracts like, and people are naturally drawn to this energy. So if this is an energy that you're currently that you currently use or tap on, then this is the encouragement that perhaps you should, in order to help. If you think about it, like the way that the cards are lined up, you have the Hangman, and then you can see like all the ghosts that are coming here around him, right? It's almost like that moment, like sometimes the longer you stay in a place, the more fear clouds your judgment, right? And then the more you end up staying stuck in place. And then we have this card here encouraging you, like it's time to move on. And with the Queen of Candles, the Queen of I don't know if it's going to show up because I don't know if it's mirrored or not. With the Queen of Candles, the cat is leading the way towards the future, away from that cemetery, you know, or graveyard, wherever those potions are. It's leading you away from that. That is what I'm getting for you. I'm going to pull an oracle card and see what comes through. Since we're stuck in the graveyard, I'm going to use my cemetery deck. Oh, there it is right there. Okay, so the card of sincerity, right? What I'm feeling like is, like, no matter what you do, as long as you do it with sincerity in your heart, then you know that you're doing the right thing. So let me pause and read what you are saying here. I have a plan and a roadmap, and I have all my ducks in a row. Okay, so that resonates for you. Okay, beautiful. As long as you know, you know. And you have the confirmation, right? With that card coming through. So that's wonderful. Okay. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I'm going to shuffle here. Shuffle my deck. And then the next one on the list is Julie Ann. Julie Ann. And we're doing great. We are doing great. Alt Shift 5. Okay, so we're on Julie Ann. Julie Ann will be next. Okay, tell me what your question was one more time, Julie Ann. All right. Like dropping everything everywhere. All right. Tell me if you have your question. Sylvia, I saw you come in. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you. Okay, insight of the on the success of the projects that I'm doing experimentally. Ooh, that sounds exciting. Okay, I feel like I definitely want to use Bohemian Gothic for this. So, let's give her a shuffle. Let's clear energy. Beautiful. Okay. All right. Success of the projects that I am doing experimentally. All right. Can we get some guidance? Wow. Okay. So, I feel like this is a positive, you got chills already. This is a positive message. So let me start from the beginning, right? We have, it's interesting. We have the Knight of Wands. And wands is connected to fire energy, and knights are usually cards of action, right? They're asking you to take next steps. Now, usually the knight is on his horse, so you can see his horse is in the back there. But also I can't help but notice this beautiful like statue right back here. Do you see that? It's a cool card. So you have this card of action, a Knight of Wands, and I'm gonna quickly, hold on. Okay. You mentioned that you are working on some things, experimental things. What I'm getting with this card here, Knight of Wands, the Knight of Wands is fire energy. So they get like fired up to do things in the moment, but like they sometimes quickly burn out. And so they could be a little bit like, I don't want to say fickle, but they might start but not finish it. So that is an energy coming through here, that perhaps you are experimenting with these works that you have going, but you haven't actually taken the next step. So we have that card. Now, I feel like that's inspiration for you to take the next step. And the reason that I say that is because the next card is the 10 of Pentacles, which, this is the ultimate. If you were asking me a yes no question, I would say yes. And in this case where you're asking me, hold on one second, I'm gonna go back up here. And you said insight on the success of the projects I am doing. The insight is it will be successful. This card is saying it will be successful. 10 of Pentacles, that's the card of legacy, right? You could see that like evil looking guy in the background. They're not falling for his antics. They're not falling for his antics. They're staying on task, on their goal, and they're not going to get sidetracked, right? It's like these two are on a mission, and this guy is trying to get their attention and kind of like, hey, come over here. And sometimes when we do stuff like that, we go on these side missions, and all side missions do sometimes is distract us from what it was that we were trying to do from the beginning, right? We end up going down rabbit holes and, wasting like a lot of time and energy that we could have put toward our own experiment. So here, this is saying carry forward, right? The Knight of Wands is saying carry forward. The Ten of Pentacles is saying you will be successful if you stick to your plan, right? The final card, a major arcana for you, the Hermit. The Hermit. So even if this means that you have to take a little bit of time apart for yourself, it's okay, because you're going to find the answer that you're looking for to the bigger issue at hand. That's my message. Wait, what? You know how, oh, it's on point. Okay, I have someone in the background trying to sidetrack me. Yes, yes. And sometimes people do that, and I don't know what their intentions are. Maybe they have good intentions, maybe they don't. But like in this case, I'm getting no. Don't get sidetracked. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right, that feels good to you? Hopefully that makes sense. My gosh. You know, it's funny because sometimes this Bohemian Gothic deck is like irksome, but I'm learning to have a full-on new appreciation for this deck. Oh, that resonated for you too, Laura? That's awesome. That's so awesome. All right, I'm going to do this live stream tomorrow. Art healing readings. Oh, I love that so much. Yes, do it. Do it. I believe that art is transformational. In fact, oh, I don't have it here. It's in the other room. I'm gonna get sidetracked here for a minute. I have a, like a shawl that you put over your shoulders, right? I was working on this shawl, crochet, it's crochet. And I was working on this many, many years ago. And I was making it for someone, and the further along I got in it, the less it felt like it would be accepted or appreciated. And at some point I gave up. And that project has been in a project bag in my yarn basket all these years. Okay. I think my daughter was in elementary school at the time. She's in college now, just to give you an idea. That bag, every time I looked at it, it just brought up all those feelings. Every single freaking time I looked at the bag. You know what I did? It was painful, but I went to the opposite end of the yarn from where I started. And on the opposite end, I created a new knitting project with it. And every time I create a new stitch, I'm like knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl. Every time I create a new stitch, it undoes some of the crochet stitching that I was doing on the previous project. And it will slowly transform and morph. And with that, those feelings, those emotions that were tied to that project in that bag will be transformed into something completely different. And that is why it is important to always work with these energies and try to find ways to transmute them, right? We have that power. We have that power to do that. So a very small example, and a lot of people may not even know or think that they could do anything like that, but they can. And your live stream could help people, adopt this new practice into their, into their day-to-day. So I'm glad. Thank you for letting me read for you. Beautiful, beautiful. Julian. All right. That's okay. You'll figure it out over time. Let's see. Alt Shift 5. Okay, so we're on Crystal 1983. Crystal 1983, let me know if you are here. All right, Fatima, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Okay, you're welcome, my friends. Angela May Hookings, hi, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. Feel tied out. Why? Need to change. Sweet. Is it going to happen soon? Okay, Crystal 1983, I see your question. Okay, so Nixon's true hidden energies towards me. Carrie Ann, I feel like our breakup has just gotten way out of control than it needed to be. Court, messy, avoidance, belonging still at my house, no contact. Wow. That's a lot. All right. So then, Crystal, what is the question that is weighing on your mind? Odilia, hi. Oh my gosh, I get to meet another member of Fatima's family. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. You are welcome here anytime. Thank you, thank you. Fatima, thank you for inviting your family. That's so sweet. Aw. All right. Alicia. So I am reading for Crystal 1983. And then after that, I have Cherry Blossom, Ashish, and then you. So there are 3 readings ahead of you. I would say that maybe in the next 20 minutes or so, if you wanted to step away and come back, you can do that. All right, Crystal 1983. Tell me what, I understand the situation, the scenario. You're welcome. I understand your scenario. Now let me know what the question is. The breakup got out of control and there's no contact. Is your question, what is your question? Tell me what your question is. I feel like we need the dark wood for this one. You trouble sleeping. I need his intentions, energies, and why did he allow it to blow so out of control? Chris, hi, how are you? Good morning. Good morning, my friend. All right, Crystal. So I'm going to pull a card for you, a card for Nixon, and then a card for the situation, okay? Let's try that. Let's see what comes through. I'm going to use the dark wood. So can I please have a card for Crystal? Card for Crystal. All right, so the card for you, Crystal, we have the Judgment card coming up. And I don't know if this is that you have been feeling like you're being judged, or if you perhaps are feeling judgment towards him. So let's continue and let's see what else comes up. A card for him. A card for him. There it is right there. Wow. And then the card for him, we have 8 of Wands, which is generally like really, really fast moving energy. So it's almost like things kind of spiraled out of control is what I'm getting here. Things spiraled out of control. You know, when you see like the dominoes and they're all set up, right? And you tip one over. Once you tip one over, it starts the process and there's no stopping it. It gets out of control. So it could be that that's exactly what happened. In, you know, Wands is fire energy. So it could be in the heat of the moment, he got fired up, he got carried away, he started things that then he wasn't able to stop, because once the ball got rolling, it was not something that could easily be stopped. Now, what we don't know is, did he even want it to stop, or was he like, yeah, you know, that'll show her. We don't know. So okay, so that we have your card and then we have his card, and then I'm gonna pull a card for the situation, and I have two coming out right here. Whoa. So we have two court cards coming out. Both of them are sword energy, so that's connected to the element of air, and it's a masculine energy, right? It's action. And so the first one is the Knight of Swords. And of all the knights, you know, I mentioned earlier that the knight is like the card of action, but the Knight of Swords is the fastest moving of all the knights. And I could easily see him swinging that sword around. If you think about the sword like the tongue and words cutting like a knife. And I could imagine them just swinging that sword everywhere just because of that initial, you know, anger or rage inside, trying to get something out of their system, but instead what they're doing is hurting the situation more. Okay. And along with that, we have the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is a more mature energy. I feel like this is how the situation is right now. There's just a lot of, you know, I feel like knights to me are like teenager energy, that you're like, what are we, still in high school, right? This is how I see this one right here. This is a more mature energy. The king is more of a leader, and they're very strategic and logical in what they do, right? They're not gonna let emotions get in the way or dictate what the next steps should be. They're going to be careful and select their words properly, because they're going to be direct and to the point. Usually that is the energy that is associated with this. So I kind of feel like this needs to be you. This needs to be your energy right now. That's kind of hard to do when the person is no contact. But if you said that the courts have now gotten involved, you may have to step back and let your representative speak for you. So if you are going to court, do you have a lawyer? It might be that that lawyer that you choose, and you need to choose wisely, is the one that has to speak on your behalf, right? Because sometimes we're human, right? We are overcome with emotion. Sometimes we need a mediator to step in and help, you know, filter through what's important, what's not important, what is a non-negotiable and what are the negotiables, and then, you know, kind of tear at the list little by little in that way. That's kind of what no lawyer. Okay, what about a mediator? Is there an opportunity to use a mediator? And if there isn't a mediator, is there opportunity for an elder or a family member to perhaps step in on behalf of both parties? Is that a possibility? Because right now, this is like really, really heavy energy. You're in the thick of things. And right now, it could go any kind of way, is what I'm seeing. I'm going to go back to your card, which was the card of Judgment. In this deck, the character, she is the person in the back is a vampire, and she is willingly giving herself, offering herself up to that vampire. So you could think of that in a lot of different ways, right? Sometimes, you know, you've heard the term like energy vampire, somebody that comes and try to like suck all the energy, all the life out of you and leaves you feeling deflated. In this case, are you kind of like, that's it, I'm done, just whatever, I just want this to be over with? That might be something that you need to think about, like how you want to proceed. I'm gonna pause there. Tell me what you think so far. I'll pause. Innocent, hi, how are you? I saw you come in. And I have 3 people on the list, and I may open it up shortly. All right, Crystal. So I'm gonna give you, you just want peace. Yeah. That is what I see in these cards. That you know, you're like, I just want this to be over. I'm done. I don't care. It's unfortunate that it has turned to this. Let me get an oracle card for you. Come on, deck. I'm gonna pull an oracle card for you. Okay. Pull a card for... Okay, a card. We have the skull of a light, and the key word is illumination. So I'm gonna read that for you because I feel like there could be some advice here for you. Skull of light. So I'll hold it up so that you could see. Knowing our own darkness helps us cope with the darkness of others. Take the time to know yourself and seek understanding of our more destructive or shadow natures can lead to huge happiness and less anxiety. Do you feel triggered by him? Okay, Millie, thank you for being here. Hi. I'm wondering if you feel triggered by him, because for me, this means that if you feel triggered by him, there is likely something within you that needs some work, some inner work. That's kind of what I'm getting from this card. The idea of being shown the way in the most difficult of times and always knowing that we are never alone in the darkness are the keys to this magical element. Light is usually comforting, yet sometimes we don't really want to see the bougie man under the bed. It's too scary, too big, and we know not how to defeat it. Yet by simply shining the light upon the darkness, the victory is ours. I feel like there's work for you to be done. I don't know that you should, you know, just throw up the flag and say, I'm done with this. He's constantly scheming. Yes. Yes. I feel like you definitely have to advocate for yourself. You have to advocate for yourself. Oh my gosh, what a situation. I am very sorry that you find yourself dealing with these types of shenanigans. Yeah. And listen to your gut. If you feel it inside of you that you don't trust him, then take that to heart. And definitely don't turn the other cheek. You know how they say, like, turn and look the other way? No, don't do that. Because you cannot trust. You cannot trust. Just like she shouldn't be just like, that's it, I'm done, I'm out of here. No. No. Angela, hi, how are you? That is my message for you, Crystal. My message is, do not give up. Hang in there. Yes, things spiraled out of control and maybe he didn't mean it to go this far, but the only one that has the power to stop it at this point is going to be him. And if it's not him, it feels like you may need to call in an expert in the form of a mediator of some sort. All right. Hugs to you, my friend. I know that's a lot, and I know that's not easy. And it's probably the last thing that you want to be dealing with is somebody else's shenanigans. Because in a sense, you feel like your life is kind of halted. You can't move on. You can't do anything else because you have to wait to see how this plays out. Hang in there. Hugs. All right. Well, that message was for Crystal. Oh, shift to 5. Okay, so we are on to Cherry Blossom. Cherry Blossom. Oh, hey, Selena, how are you? Selena, a card just flipped out. The heck? Oh, God. That's funny. All right. Cherry Blossom, you want a general. Okay, we can do a general. Let me see. For general, let's do Nightmare Before Christmas. Let's do that one. It's good. All right. Oh, that is so true, Laura. Yes. Yes. Come back, Crystal, and keep us posted, okay? Okay. All right, so we are on to Cherry Blossom, and then after Cherry Blossom would be Ashish. So Ashish, if you're still there, you are next after Cherry Blossom. Okay, so we're doing general. General. Okay. I just love this deck. It's so adorable. All right. Okay, so hi Alicia. No, you didn't miss your turn. I'm doing Cherry Blossom right now, and then after that is Ashish and then you. So we're getting closer. And I don't know if Ashish is still here because I haven't heard from. Oh, yeah, Ashish is still here. Okay. All right. Now, Cherry Blossom. We have. Is there something that you've been working towards? Because we have the Knight of Presents. So this is like Knight of Pentacles. And you know, this Knight of Pentacles, they're always like on top of their game, doing all the things, staying on task, you know. They just get it done, man. There's no distracting them. They, you know, they have a goal, they have their mind set to something, and they're gonna figure out how to get it done. This is definitely that energy. I've said this before. These are people, you know, they cross their T's and dot their I's. They're not going to be cutting corners because they want to make sure that they get the final outcome that they are going for. So we have the Knight of Presents. Let me know if there's something that you're working towards, because it seems like there could be something that is in the way of that. And it is 6 of Needles, right? So this is like swords, the 6 of Swords, the card of, it's usually like the card of embarking on something new. But here we have Sally, the lovely Sally. She's stitching herself. She's stitching herself together. And this is that moment where she has like, you know, like, what should I do? You know, should I feel like something is wrong. I feel like something is off. Should I tell Jack or should I just forget about it, or what should I do? It's that moment. It's time to decide what you're going to do, how you're going to handle the situation, because it's only going to feel heavier as you move forward. We have the 9 of Candles. So this is like 9 of Wands, very heavy fire energy. And you know, of course, you have the will, you have the drive, you have the determination to see it through, but it doesn't have to be this hard. It doesn't have to be this hard. Like, you know, when you're sitting by one candle and you could feel its warmth, but then when there's like 9, it starts to feel hot, right? It starts to affect you. It starts to be like, okay, let me push some of these out of the way. So tell me what is going on. Tell me what is going on. Victor, hi, how are you? Hello. It's good to see you. Thank you for my blue hearts. All right, Cherry Blossom. Cherry Blossom, come back to me. I need to know. I need to know what it is that you are working towards and what it is that you need to shift away from. I'd love to pull an oracle card too, but let me know if you're still here. If not, I always leave timestamps the next day in the video. So if for whatever reason you needed to walk away and you didn't get the full reading, or you decide, you know what, I need to come back and listen to that, then you can go into the description box and find your, you know, timestamp thingy and click there. I usually put those in the next day. So hopefully you're here, Cherry Blossom. I do feel like you have definite plans of things that you are trying to do, but I get the sense that there's something in the way, something that you need to walk away from. Otherwise, it's just going to keep adding pressure onto the things that you are trying to do. Higher position at work. Okay. This reading tells me that you're doing the right things, right? Knight of Presents. It doesn't get better than that. You're doing all the right things, and yet somehow there is still a challenge. The Six of Needles indicates shifting into something new. So I'm not saying stop going for a higher position, but maybe the way that you're approaching it needs to change. Maybe it's your approach, or maybe the type of position that needs to change. Maybe you could consider a lateral move instead. Like, there's so many different options. It's really hard without like without having you like face to face, so we could talk through all these things. But what I'm getting is that perhaps the approach is something that needs to shift, because it almost feels like you're going uphill, like a battle that you're trying to get, and the harder you fight with this Knight of Pentacles. Sometimes the Knight of Pentacles could be a little bit like stuck in their way. They could kind of be a little stubborn at times, right? So you may have it in your head, no, this is what I want to get this higher position, so I'm going to keep doing all the things. I'm going to keep networking, and I'm going to keep putting my resume out there, and I'm going to keep adding tools to my skill set, and I'm going to keep doing meet and greets. But maybe there's something that needs to shift gears, because what I'm feeling like is just going to continue to feel like very heavy work. It's just gonna continue to feel like very heavy work. So maybe it's that the timing is not right, or the company isn't right, or maybe you don't have the support of your leadership team right now to be able to do this. Or perhaps, there's so many maybes in this scenario, but something needs to change right now from what you're currently doing. And I don't think that you need to change your goal, but I think you may need to alter a little bit. Is there any additional information that you could share? Does any of this make sense to you? It's me again. Hi, how are you? Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Gotta get my sign out. I've been remiss. Please remember to like and subscribe, friends. I appreciate you. All right, Cherry Blossom. It does make sense. Okay. All right. So I'm going to pull a card out for you, and I think I want to use the Halloween Oracle. I'm doing well. I'll tell you what, my weeks get harder and harder, and Fridays become more and more important. And the sooner that I'm able to sit here with all of you and share space, the better I feel. It's like instantaneous. It's like no matter how heavy the energy was or what I've dealt with all week long, I feel like all of that slowly just dissipates when I come into this space with all of you. Tracy, Tracy, what I want? I don't even know if you do this. I wanted to purchase some of your sage bundles. Innocent. Yes, I put you on the list, Innocent. So, Tracy, let me know if that's a possibility, because I loved watching you make all of your sage bundles. So I would love to be able to pick some up from you. Can we, what? Chris? What's happening here? I work at a family business and there's a family member thinks their way is best and it's not always. So sometimes you butt heads. Oh my God, that makes perfect sense then. Yes, that makes perfect sense. So they could be blocking you every time you go to, you know, to move up or to do something. You're thinking about it for next year. Okay, keep me in mind. I adore you. Okay. All right, so Cherry Blossom, I'm gonna pick out an oracle card for you. Ooh. The Mummy. You know what the key word is? Change. Change. We gotta change. There's a change is required. A new dawn. Change is required for you, friend. I don't know. Maybe it'll be helpful if I read that card for you. Can we become addicted to connecting to Source Spirit? You know what, Chris? Yes, but I don't know that there's anything wrong with that. Mommy. Okay. Trying to find the message here for you. Hold on. Okay, here. So I'm going to show you the card one more time. Okay. Now, should you pull the Moaning Mummy card from the deck, know that change is inevitable. And no matter how hard you try, things will not be preserved exactly the same way. The card also indicates that this change will be for the better. The endings, the closed doors, the barriers, this is just a healthy pause and an indication that a change of tactics is needed. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe this. You are not cursed. You have just developed a pattern and you can take control and you can change it. Wow. I feel like that, you know, maybe not like 100%, but I feel like there's a lot of that it's helpful to know in this reading. Whatever floats your boat. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. All right, so tell me, hopefully that makes sense to you. I'm gonna pack up this reading. Wow, the readings have been on point today. These decks are awesome. I was excited to work with them. I was missing my decks. Angela. All right. It's me again. Wait, who said that? Let's see. Okay, you're welcome, Cherry Blossom. Thank you, and I will see you next time. Thank you for being here. Ascending Universal Butterfly. You're so cute. All right, so I get that shuffled and put back, and then we are gonna move on to Ashish. Ashish. Okay, so I have Ashish now, and then after that we have Alicia. Okay. Okay. Alt Shift 5. Ta. Okay. That was for you, Clint. Oh, yes, I remember. Okay. Oh my God, you cracked me up. Okay, Ashish, you wanted to move to another country and you want to know if you will have any opportunities that could potentially take you overseas. Okay, so I know the perfect deck for this. the perfect deck for this, we're going to go to the Dark Mansion. So let me give this one a nice shuffle and we'll see. Ta. All right. Yes, an opportunity to take you to another country. Oh my God. I feel like there's a lot of people right now that want to escape to another country. Am I near? Angela May Hookings. Did you want me to put you on the list, Angela? I had closed readings, but I am willing to add you onto the list. Okay, what is happening here? All right, so that is gonna be okay. Angela just listening. Thank you though. Okay. All right. So Angela May Hookings, I put you on, okay? I added you on. But yes, my readings are closed for now because I still have 4 people to read for. And we've been live. We've been live 90 minutes. My God, the time goes by so quickly. Old angry boss, you will always be good enough. What a lovely message. Very timely. Thank you for that. And thank you for stopping by. Thank you for your comment and your engagement. All right. Okay, so Ashish wants to know. There it is. Ooh. I knew I chose the right deck for this. Oh my God. People, you cannot make this up. All right. I need a minute. Okay. Ashish, there is something that is out of balance. And in order for you to get what you want, we have to find a way to bring it back into balance. The reason that I say that is the first card that has come through is here. We have the 6 of Pentacles. Can you see okay? Because I feel like it's a little bit blurry. Hold on one second. Hold, please. Where's the button? Is it? No. Is it? Okay. Hopefully that is better now. The 6 of Pentacles. Oh, I know. I shut off the camera for a minute so I could clean the lens. Sorry. Okay. We have the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles is generally the card of reciprocity, right? You see this woman. She is, you know, she seems like she's in a good situation, well-to-do. And she is giving that massive coin to the child. Now, I don't know if you notice, but the kid has 3 coins stashed behind the building there, right? So it's like they want this handout, but you almost get the sense that they may already have what they need. So I don't know if you could see up here, there's a scale, right? Like Libra, the scales of Libra. You see that up there? For me, there is an imbalance. This is usually the card of, you know, give and take, reciprocity, the idea of you got to give to receive. So there's an energy imbalance. I'm telling you this because we have 2 cards that came up that both are major arcana cards, first of all, but also they're connected. These 2 cards are connected. So first one, the Lovers and the Devil has come up, right? And I almost kind of see this like the Lovers is a choice and the Devil is like the choice gone wrong. And you can see in the Lovers card, usually we see 2 people. Here we see 3, right? There's a third person here trying to distract him from his present scenario. So here I'm not getting romantic feelings or romantic vibes at all. For me, what I'm getting here is that there's a choice to be made. What is that choice going to bring alignment? Is that going to bring balance back? And then we have the Devil. So here you have the angel, right? Kind of looking at the figures. And then here we have the Devil. And the figures have now become skeletons and they're kind of tied. Usually the Devil card is connected to maybe addictions or connections to things that are really, really hard. Like they're usually in this 3D existence, right? Usually they're things that we get attached to. It could be emotional attachments, it could be people, it could be situations, it could be an activity or a drug, it could be smoking, it could be so many different things. But usually the card of the Devil speaks to an attachment that is really, really hard to kind of break away from. So for you, what I'm getting, if your question was like a yes no question, I would say no, but it's not off the table indefinitely. There's just things that are off balance for you, right? There's things that are off balance and a choice that, if not made properly, can leave you tied to your current situation. This would only make sense to you, right? I feel like you know what I might be talking about here, but you definitely can influence or change, right? Because we all have free will, right? The moment that we choose something differently, new doors open to us, new possibilities. If we continue to do the same thing over and over and over again, we cannot expect different results. So the choice is yours, is what I'm getting. The choice is yours. It's yours if you want to bring things back into alignment. Maybe you don't need to leave your country to find what you're looking for. You know, it could be that as well. Maybe you are attached to that idea of leaving where you're currently at, but that might not be the ultimate answer. So this is asking you to kind of sit with what you have. The Suit of Pentacles, like in this card, we have the Suit of Pentacles that's connected to Earth. And Earth is connected to all things like material here on this. I mentioned like our 3D existence, right? This could be our health, our job, our family, our home, our finances, you know, it could be any one of those things. So something is off and it needs your attention before things can change for you. But right now, I'm not seeing that trip. I'm not seeing that trip right now. So let me know if that makes sense for you. I'm going to pull out an oracle card for you as well, Ashish. Yeah, I agree. We have to take responsibility for our choices and actions. And sometimes we feel like we could like leave it behind, but that's not always the case. I pulled the oracle card and you can see what it says. Pause. Pause. Slow down for a minute. Slow your roll. Slow your roll. That's what I'm getting for you, friends. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Feel free to come back. Maybe with a question like this, I wouldn't say come back in a week or two. I would say, you know, at least in a month, a couple of months, come back and we can reread on that topic and see if there's any changes for you. Okay, Ashish, thank you so much for letting me read for you today. All right. Dang, Alicia, you were ready. Cha, it's my turn. That's awesome. Okay, hold on. Let me shuffle the deck and then we will get going with your reading. All right. I want to know what was my first impression on my senior. His name is Dev. Okay. All right. Is this your senior at school or work? Let me know, Alicia. College. Okay. Awesome. All right. So I think we're going to go to Bohemian Gothic. And let me give her a shuffle. And we will jump right in. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for hanging out with me on Fridays. Thanks for making my life happier, better. And for anybody new that is watching, please hit that like button. And if the content resonates, subscribe. And that way, when I go live, you'll get the notification. And when I'm doing live readings, they tend to fill up pretty quickly. So, you know, it's good to get in at the beginning. Like Alicia, what she did, she came in at the beginning, she got on the list and she had something to do. She left and she came back. You know, that worked out. So, but I have to close readings early because they get full so fast. All right, Alt Shift 5. Why can I not remember that? All right. Alicia. Okay, after Alicia, we have Innocent. Innocent, if you're still here. All right, Alicia. Pull a card for you, a card for your senior, and a card for the situation. A card for Alicia. Ooh, okay. And a card for your senior. And a card for the situation. Okay, Alicia. I'm just going to tell you what I see, okay? So, for you, I pulled the Chariot. So this is a card of willpower, of determination, of I mean, not necessarily strength, but like a mental strength, right? Like you hear where there's a will, there's a way, right? That's the energy behind this card. So this is the card that I'm pulling out for you. I feel like it's still very early, and it is possible, if you dedicate, that you could gain the senior's attention in the way that you want. Okay. Now, card for your senior, we have the Three of Pentacles. So this is a card of teamwork, of collaboration, of groups, right? Of coming together to work on something that is better than if you had tried to just do it by yourself. Hey, Karen Suki, how are you? So what I get from this card, Alicia, is that your senior is looking at this interaction like part of what they do, right? They're, you know, if it was a meeting or a group or activity or event that you both participated in, he's just kind of looking at it as, okay, this is a collaboration that I do as a senior to help junior students get acclimated. So they may not be thinking just yet that there's anything. Yes, you just met yesterday. So to them, it could be like, well, you know, this is just part of my job, right? Like, it's my responsibility to help you get on board. But I just want to remind you that you have the Chariot card. So that's why I said to you, I feel like this is very early on, and there is potential for something. But right now, they're just kind of, you know, kind of going with the flow and doing what they do as a senior for your group. The card for the situation, I laugh because we got the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups. So that's the card of, like, you know, that happily ever after card, right? Wish fulfillment, getting the thing, achieving what, you know, you would like to see happen. So does this mean, oh, we're going to get married and have kids and all these things? No, but it does mean that this relationship is has potential to end favorably for you. But again, I just want to bring you back to this because the Chariot card is a major arcana card, and that was the card for you. So I feel like there's a lot riding on this, and it's really totally and completely up to you. You know, in order for you to kind of take the reins and make decisions on next steps, you have to do your research, you have to do your homework, you have to decide, you know, if this aligns with what you're looking for down the road. But I do see great potential here. So that is what I would say for you. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, Alicia, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for coming in. I think this is your first time here, so thank you. Hopefully you consider subscribing and coming back. And thank you for letting me read for you. All right, Innocent, are you still here? Are you still here? Okay. Innocent, it's all about you. All right. I put the all call out there for Innocent. I'm gonna shuffle the deck and have a sip of water, and if we don't hear from Innocent, then we're gonna move on to Angela. Angela Mays. Angela Mays. Angela May Hookings. Okay. All right, Innocent, are you here? Going once? Going twice? All right. Moving on to the next person, Angela May. Angela May, are you still here? Beautiful. Hi, Sage Space. What a cool name. Thank you for being here. Sage Space. I can, because I just had somebody that fell off the list, so I can add you on, okay? I'm reading for Angela May right now, and I can get you after. And all I ask is that you please remember to like and subscribe. Okay, Angela May, tell me your question, my dear. And then I'll choose a deck for us. Awesome, awesome. Okay, Angela May, tell me your question. Because it was in the chat like many moons ago, so I don't know. I can't remember what your question was. And the lovely Desiree is working tonight, and so she usually, you know, snags all the questions and put them in on my list for me, but she's not here right now, so we'll need you to tell me again what your question is. It's me again. It's me again. Are you here? Angela May. Angela May Hookings. Okay, that's a good question, Sage Space. I will read for you as soon as I get Angela May. It's me again. Were you wanting to get on the list? I can't remember if you asked me if you could be on the list. Okay, what happened to Angela May Hookings? Angela May Hookings. Where'd you go? Okay, Angela May Hookings, what was your question, dear? Tell me again. I wanted to be added. Okay, I'll add you. Was there anyone else that was hoping to get on the list and at the time I said we were closed? Let me know. I just added It's Me Again and Sage Space. Angela May Hookings, what is your question, my dear? If you need time to, it's above. Just done 13. What? I'm not sure I understand what that means, Angela May. 13 what? What does that mean? What does that mean? I feel like I'm trying to decipher. I'm trying to decipher what you mean, but I don't know what you mean. Angela May. Angela May. She said she feels drained, tired out, needs change. When? Okay. Ah, Karen Suki, thank you. My God. Okay. Drained out, tired, need change was number above. Okay. Thank you, Karen Suki. All right. Karen Suki 500. You can always count on her. Okay. Drained, tired, needs change. When? When is that change gonna happen? All right. I'm gonna get the dark wood. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna start out this reading for you. The first card that I pulled for you, Angela May, is an oracle card. I thought that perhaps this could help like guide the reading for you. And it's the card of surrender. And this like tells me that there could be things, right? You said that you feel drained, you feel tired, you need change. This card is kind of saying like you have to surrender to the situation. Surrender to the situation in order, because if you resist what's happening, then you miss the opportunity for the lesson, right? If you resist, you miss the opportunity for the lesson. So you kind of have to open yourself up and surrender in order to get the lesson, in order to get out of the situation. Now, I pulled two cards for you, and the first one that came up is the Five of Swords. This is pretty graphic, right? The 5 is usually a number that is connected to conflict, right? To chaos, to sometimes competition, but not in this case. Like for me, this card here, the 5 of Swords, is like there's a winner and there's a loser, and how far are you willing to go to get your point across. So I don't know if you're this person in this scenario or if you're here. I get the sense that this is you, that you are feeling like your hands are tied in this current situation and you just don't know how to get yourself out of this. So the energy, Pink Lady, hi, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for being here. The energy that is coming through for you is Emperor energy. Emperor, and the Emperor is my zodiac card, right? I'm very familiar with this energy. A lot of people are like, ooh, the Emperor, but I happen to have a deep respect for this card. This is kind of like you know, this is a card of structure, of leadership, of control, of boundaries, of there's so many things. And I feel like that perhaps the reason that this situation has gotten out of hand is because maybe we have not used our voice to share what our needs are, what we want to see. Like take charge and control of the situation. That is what the Emperor is coming through. You have to stand your ground. And you could see that that is the ram of Aries that is on that cliff, and the cliff is going upwards, right? You have to stand your ground, and you have to be ready to like boop, knock the other, you know, whatever the opposing force is, knock them right the heck out of your way. So a lot of people feel like this energy is kind of like, you know, they don't like it, it's overbearing, but sometimes we need Emperor energy. Like sometimes we need structure. It's just, that's just how it is. Sometimes we need structure. Sometimes we need to enforce boundaries because you have people that are always trying to cross the line with you, right? This is why you're feeling like this, because somebody is trying to cross the line, making you feel like, I give up, I'm done. No, you have to stand up for yourself. And this is not a change that is easy to make or something that you're just gonna do overnight, right? These are things that you have to like implement little by little. You have to implement little by little. Hold on. I'm gonna get this. The booklet, Emperor, because perhaps there's something in the book that will make sense to you. And I wanted to read the Emperor card because it's the major arcana card in this reading. Okay, so the Emperor. The Emperor, I didn't mention this, but it's the archetype of the father. So it's like father energy. So if you think in traditional setting, you know, the father is usually the provider, the enforcer of the rules, your nosy neighbor. See? And you know what it says right under here? Define the boundaries of your life to create a kingdom. Your house is your kingdom. Your nosy neighbor doesn't get to tell you how you get to live your house in your own house. It's your house. Stand in your power. You see all the orange in this card? That's solar plexus energy, right? Dig down deep and find your confidence, find your personal power, and use that. Yes, healthy boundaries are so important for oneself. People sometimes find it easy to cross the line and enjoy. Yes, yes. Look, I'm just going to tell you what it says in here. Look, this is the energy of boundaries and restrictions. He takes the expansiveness of the Empress and he gives her shape and form. He is the builder and the protector. This is ultimate stability, the master of his domain. So we can't have somebody else coming into our own personal domain and making us feel like we don't have a say in our own life. Tell her that thinks she owns it. See? You see? This is where habits are formed, order is created, and results are seen. So to me, it sounds like you may have to, to me, it sounds like you have given up to her in the past. And this is what I'm seeing. This is your neighbor right here, taking advantage of the situation, having you feel like you're tied up and you've got no place to go and you've had enough. It's time to do something. The Emperor card is coming in and it's telling you what to do to get your power back. And you're going to have to start somewhere, right? And in the beginning, it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel awkward. But the more that you do it, the easier it's going to come to you. You have to define your boundaries. You can't let people walk all over you. No. So the first card that I pulled that came out was this, the surrender card. So I'm going to tell you, I believe that this is saying don't surrender. I believe that this is saying you have to open yourself up to other ways of doing things. Because you could get what you want. You can get what you want. You have to open yourself up. Judith Anderson, hello. How are you, friend? It's good to see you. All right, Angela May, hopefully that makes sense to you. Thank you for coming and letting me read for you. You know, I know. Not easy. Not easy, I know. Yes. Yes. And you deserve better. You deserve better than that. You deserve better. All right. So here, innocent. Innocent was a no call, no show. And then we just read for Angela. Alt Shift 5. Okay, so now we have Sage Space. You're welcome, my dear. You are welcome to come back here anytime. Darn it, these people make me so mad. They make me so mad. Okay, Sage Space, are you still here? Let me know. Yes, okay. What is coming for me? I feel tired and stuck. What changes are coming? Okay, changes. So let's Tracy, you gotta go. Okay, bye. Thank you for hanging out. I can't wait to see what you're gonna do with all those apples. Yum. All right. Y'all, like, I feel like Tracy is like the ultimate queen of pentacles. I've never seen anything like it. I swear to God, this woman, like, there is nothing that this woman cannot grow on her property. Like, every time I turn around, she's harvesting something new and different. It's so cool to watch her go, and inspiring, because I feel tired just cooking dinner sometimes. But here she is, like, doing all the things. Oh my gosh, incredible. Oh no, you got a cold? You know, I was feeling off, and then somebody asked me, do you have COVID? And I was like, what? Is COVID going around again? I don't know what's happening. Pain in the arse. Yeah, over the fence makes holes to look into the garden. The road, the cats who live across the road, police, no, not hurting anyone, pretends to be everyone's friend, but she's false. Oh my God. That's awful. You will find the way, Angela. You will find the way. All right, so we are reading for Sage Space. I'm going to read for Sage Space, and then after that, it's me again. Okay, so Sage Space is feeling tired. What's coming for me? I feel tired and stuck. What is coming? Ooh. These cards have been on fire tonight. I'm not kidding. Like, literally, the cards that come out are exactly what needs to come out. Like, you asked the question, like, what's coming for me? I'm tired and I'm stuck. What's coming? And the first card that comes out is like the Wheel of Fortune. It's like insane. Okay, hold on. Pull one more card. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, you're welcome, Angela May. Thank you for always coming back. I appreciate you. Okay. Slept all day. Oh my God. Okay, I got the Hermit card, and that's exactly where I'm at right now. Yes, I know. Like, the cards that are coming out are like so spot on. It's just, wow. I mentioned I was doing a reading for the collective the other day, and my whole head like whoosh, when I realized that, like, I did everything and then I packed everything up and I'm going about my business, and then all of a sudden it dawns on me that was for me. That was for me. So yeah. All right, so Sage Space, what is coming for you? Change is coming. Whether it's good or for bad, we don't know that. Here you see the woman is consulting another reader. You can see. And she wants to know what's in the cards for me. There is, when the Wheel of Fortune comes up, there's change coming. Now, whether that's good fortune or bad fortune, we don't know, right? But there is change coming for you. And it looks like as a result of this change, the next card that we pulled is the Fool of all cards. This is the very first card in the deck. The Fool card is about starting something new. You could see that they're on the edge of that gargoyle. Like, you know, they're ready to take that leap, a leap of faith. They're ready to take those next steps. They're very trusting, and I don't want to say that they're blind, but it's like when you have been in a situation like you're tired. Sometimes you say, like, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Sometimes that happens, right? Clavis, hi. Oh my God, I was thinking about you this morning, Clavis. Oh, it's good to see you. Awesome. Okay, so the Fool card is coming up. So this change that is coming for you is gonna put you in a situation. Bye, Pink Lady. Thank you so much for being here. Put you in a situation where you get to try something new. You get to take a leap of faith. You get a fresh start. And that's exciting. That's exciting. Now, it could also be a little bit scary, right? Because when we try new things, like we don't know how it's going to play out, how it's going to go. Are we going to succeed? Are we going to fail? We don't know. But that's the whole point of it, right? It's not the end goal. It's like the journey. So keep that in mind. Now, the final card, and I love this so much. I feel like this is a very positive reading, is the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands, a new beginning, a fresh start, a new inspiration, a new passion being born in you. It could be a passion project, a new determination, something that you're inspired to do, something that you suddenly get passionate about doing, something that lights a fire under you, that inspires you, that motivates you, right? I love, for me, like the aces, they're like a gift, right? A gift that comes to you. It's up to you what you do with it. It's up to you what you do with it. But I'm seeing change for you. I'm seeing the opportunity for you to step off into something new. And it is, it's gonna be something, it could be tied to creativity. It could be a project of some sort. It could be a lot of different things. So yes, I'm definitely seeing that for you. So favor to you on your new journey. Be patient because times are changing. And then you might look back and wish, oh, I wish everything was like the way it was before, where everything was dependable and I knew exactly how everything was going to go down. Isn't that the way it is? Every time we have something, then we wish that we had the other thing. So you're welcome. Hopefully this makes sense. I would love to hear whatever it is that comes through. Feel free to come back and keep me posted. I always like to hear back from people that I read for. It was a pleasure to meet you, Sage Space. Thank you for coming by the channel. Hopefully, if it resonates, you'll consider subscribing and sticking around. Awesome, awesome. Awesome sauce. All right. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right, so that was... Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, it's me again. It's me again. Are you still here? Let me know. Let me know. Okay, wow, there it is. Okay. Potential outcome of my connection with T. Very deep connection, but very challenging. Okay, I pulled back, but I know it's not over. Okay, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a card for you. I'll pull a card for T, and then I'll pull an advice card. Okay. So for this, we're going to come over here to our friend, the Dark Mansion. The Dark Mansion. It's me again was the last person on the list, but I still feel okay. So if there was anybody else that was watching and hoping to get a reading, now would be the time to let me know. And I may consider adding one or two more. Okay. All right, the potential outcome with T. So can we have a card for It's Me Again? A card for It's Me Again. You like my Halloween nails? Ah, you know I always gotta do that. Ja. Clavis, I miss you. You told me you were gonna send me a message and I never heard back from you. What the hell? I've been worried about you, friend. I hope you're well. We need to catch up. We need to have a vino night. A cards and vino night. Ooh, ooh. All right, BRB. Okay, Judith. Okay, this is a pretty clear reading. Okay, and I'm gonna pull an oracle card to go with the advice card, because the card that I pulled for you is very clear and direct, and the card that I pulled for T is also clear. It's right here. Oh, two cards came out. Okay. Hi, Melissa. Yeah, I can put you on the list. I was just actually asking if there was anybody else because I had closed readings, but I still feel good, so I can add you onto the list. Melissa Corona, such a cool name. Love that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for popping in. I feel like this might be the first time that I see you here. So if you like the space and the energy of the group in the chat, maybe you'll consider subscribing and coming back. Okay. All right. It's a beautiful reading. I don't know if it's going to be what you want to hear, okay? It's me again. So the card that I pulled for you, okay? We have the Six of Cups. So this is usually that card when we're feeling nostalgic, right? When we're looking back, thinking about the old times, thinking about memories, reminiscing. Witchy Trista, I know. Thank you for being here. Aww. So yeah, and you could see that she is just sitting there and she's got all her pictures and she's just staring with that look, you know, that look on her face. And she has, in her hands is a picture frame. I feel like it's not clear, but hopefully it is. Can you see that in her hands? There's a picture frame. And so that's the energy that I sense for you, is that you, you know, you're looking back, you're choosing to look at the favorable memories and not really focus on the ugly stuff. But sometimes when we look at the past, we have to kind of look at it all together, right? So that's the card for you. Then the card for T, and this is ironic, and I like to mention this because I feel like there's synchronicities here. Your card is card number 6. T's card is also card number 6, okay? But T's card is 6 of Swords. And this is the card of embarking on something new, leaving something behind. So it feels like T might be on this journey of, I'm ready to turn the page and start fresh and start something different and leave some things behind. So the energy is different. Like you're in one place and T is in a different place. But it's ironic because both of you have 6s. Now 6 is the number of harmony, is the best way that you could think of it. It's also double 3 energy, right? 3s are about growth and expansion. So maybe you are looking back. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you just don't want to sit in this energy for too long. I would encourage you though, if you think about it from that double 6 energy, the double 3 energy about learning and growing, is that maybe this is a good opportunity, right? While T is taking a break, it might be a good opportunity for you to look back and reflect on the choices that you made, how you handled things, what you might do differently, what you feel like, no, I still stand by that. So this might be a good period for you to reflect on those things while they embark. This doesn't mean that they're going away forever. It just means that they need a break, right? They want something different. They want something new. The reason that I feel like this could, because at first glance, it might can seem like you're in this energy and T is in this other energy, but the advice card that I got for you is here, the Page of Swords. Okay, ascending. All right, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Thank you for being here. We have the Page of Swords. Now, pages are connected to something new. So that's why I'm saying I don't think this is the end all be all. I don't think that this is you like, oh, I miss T so much. No. And here's T like, get me away from her. You know, like I don't think it's like that at all. I think there's an opportunity. Like if you use this opportunity to reflect and to learn from previous mistakes, and if T gets the break that they need, there could be an opportunity for something new, right? Pages could be messengers. The thing about pages, I kind of connect them to the aces, right? Like it's a new start, a new beginning. This one is swords, so this is connected to mindset, right? It's like a new way of thinking, or it could be abandoning an old way to embrace a new way. That could also be the case too, right? Now with this, embracing a new thought or a new way of a new sense of logic, right? That could open up the opportunity for you both to come back. It could, right? It could. Now, I pulled 2 oracle cards to go with that Page of Swords for advice. I have here residual. You could see the look on the little girl's face. And you could imagine, she's a statue. This is a statue, right? But you could imagine the tears rolling down her face. There's still residual pain and hurt. And we need time to process those feelings and those emotions. The other one is here, control. Sometimes there's things currently right now that are outside of your control, but I just want to say, honor the space that you're in. Try to use the time to learn more about yourself, about your triggers, about what you did amazing, what could you do differently, what could you do better. This would be a great time for journaling or capturing that information, and honor that T needs a little bit of space, right? Don't try to like take control. Let T have their space. If that's what they need, let them. You got to give them the space that they need so that they could also heal from past hurts. I'm going to pause there. That was a lot. All right, just clearing a little bit of energy because that was a lot. Okay, so tell me, it's me again. Does this make sense? Does that sit well with you? What is that instrument? Okay, it's kind of like a tuning fork, but it's a cylinder. So you see the split down the middle, but it's like a circle. And this one is 741 megahertz. 741. A wah-wah tube. Oh, is that what you call it? A wah-wah tube? That's awesome. All right. Let me see. Yes, I'm doing that. In fact, I'm the one who pulled back for that reason. Yes, perfect. See? So spirit is already talking to you and you're listening. So that's like amazing. I feel like you're on the right track. You're onto something. And I think given time, this could shift. This could definitely shift. And maybe working in your favor is what I think. But yeah, thank you so much for letting me read for you and for being patient. Because I think I may have missed the first time that you asked me to put you on the list and I didn't get that right away. And then all of a sudden I was like, shoot, I think I missed that one. So thank you, thank you. And I hope you come back and see us again. All right, Melissa Corona. I know it does. It's very peaceful. That sound is very peaceful. Everything happens for a reason. Yes, that is so true. And sometimes the reason is something related to you, and sometimes it's something related to the other person. We don't really know, So take the time. Take the time that you need to process. Okay, put that down, and here the Dark Mansion comes through again. I do not get tired of this deck. Clavis, do you have the Dark Mansion? Okay, you are here. All right, Melissa, what was your question, dear? Did you tell me already? I'm sorry. Let me know. All right, my friends. So we are at, let's see. Oh, wow. So I've been live 2.5 hours and you have it. Yeah, it's a good one. It reads really well. Okay. And then, so we are down to Melissa, and this would be our final reading for tonight. And then maybe I'll pull some, cards at the end for the collective. Or maybe like an oracle card for whoever's waiting. Maybe we could do that. That might be fun. Okay. You love it? I know, it's so good. All right, Melissa, for you, we're going to go to... Let's do Haunted. Not Haunted. We're going to do Nightmare Before Christmas because I love it so much. Will Amber call me? If so, what are the intentions? Okay. So, Melissa, what I'm going to do is have a sip of water. And I'm going to pull a card for you, a card for Amber, and then a card for the situation. Okay, so can I have a card for Melissa? Oh, that one presented itself. Ooh. Aww. Okay, a card for Amber, please. Right there. Oh, okay. And then a card for the situation. We need a clarifier. We need a clarifier. Hold on. All right, a card for Melissa. Okay, and then a card for Amber. A card for the situation. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Victor, you're still here. Some people in my neighborhood are in full Halloween mode. I am. I got my pumpkin lights. Those are little pumpkins. You see them? I got them. I'm ready. I decorated my workspace too. Oh, Victor. Darn it. I feel like every time I want to show something, it's in the other room. I wanted to show you something. Hold on. I'm going to get it. All right, Melissa, be patient with me just a minute. I'm going to run to the other room because I want to show Victor something. So hold on. Okay. Victor, if you ever wonder, Victor, are you listening? Tell me if you're listening. Victor. Okay. If you ever wonder, this is the note I'm on. I know it's reversed, but I think you get it. Isn't that cute? It's hard to see with the camera and the lighting, but it sparkles. Do you see? That makes you think of Heaney? Oh my gosh. You can see the sparkles. So I ordered joy, I ordered truth, and I ordered like peace. And then she was like, oh, I didn't have all of them, so I just sent you, whatever. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I was so strategic, like the words were so important. Like, what do you mean you just picked whatever and sent it to me? But that's what she did. She picked whatever and she sent it to me. But at least I got joy. I got joy. So I wanted to make sure to get joy because that's the one that I'm always like, put me on joy. I'm on the joy. Purple Brat, can you say hi to my sister? Okay. Hi, sister. Hi, sis. Okay, done. I'm looking for joy. Oh, I wanted to see. It's not gonna let me. I wanted to read. I wanted to check the comments so I could tell you what stone this is. Because I already forgot. She told me, but I already forgot. But yeah, it has sparkles in it. I think you held that node. Yeah. Yeah. I love the joy node. So I got it and I keep it at my desk. I have the joy node. All right. Melissa, thank you for being patient with me. I'm so sorry to interrupt your reading, but I wanted to show that to Victor. Okay. So, let's talk about it. Okay. I pulled a card for you, and I think you heard me say, oh, it was the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles showed up for you. So this is an energy, like you can see, very nurturing. Of all the queens, like this is the one that's connected to Earth. So this would be the one that hosts those like lovely dinner parties and has like all the place settings and is very loving and nurturing and kind and always connected with abundance too, shares everything. And I love that they chose like Mrs. Claus with the little pie coming out of the oven as the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is great energy. I love that. but I pulled a card just to kind of clarify. Oh, if I'm on Truth Wave, I thought it was next week, but you tell me, Victor. You're a Virgo double Cancer. Okay. All right. So Virgo. Okay. The card that I pulled as the clarifier is here, suppression. So for me, it seems like you may be holding back on some of your feelings, and maybe you think that a mare may not know how to receive what you're feeling or what you want to put out there. And maybe because of that, you're holding back. So that's the energy that I have for you. The lovely Queen of Pentacles, but I also see that you're holding back on stuff. Now, for a mare, I got the Ace of Needles. So aces are like, it's the start of the suit. It's a beginning. One is connected to new beginnings. And this one being needles. Needles are like swords, right? It's connected to thought. It's connected to mindset, to logic, to thinking, to communication. So we have something new here. And so I asked for a clarifier because I'm like, okay, new, but new what? And the card that I got was indifferent. So tell me if that is the energy that you're picking up from a mare, because that's what's coming through. That currently they're indifferent. Now this could be that a new energy could come through, or if this new energy is the fact that they are indifferent. So tell me if that is making sense with you so far. Yeah, Victor, I don't know, maybe he went to eat. Okay. Karen, these cards are having synchronicities with you too. Yeah, that has happened a couple of times tonight. Okay, Melissa, tell me if that is making sense. The deck with the statues, it's a oracle deck and it's a cemetery deck. I got it on Make Playing Cards. And the artist is Marie Louise Vessels or something like that. Okay, so it does make sense for you. Perfect. All right, so we know your energy. You're feeling a certain kind of way, right? You want to have a connection, right? You want to take care of them. You want to do things for them. You want to love on them. You want to create something warm and safe and cozy for them, right? You're holding back. You're holding back because, you know, it's possible that that might be too much for this person. For them, for a mare, we have a new, you know, a new something coming in. But also this idea of indifference. Now, let's look at the final cards, which were like for the situation. For the situation, we have the Queen of Potions. So this is like the Queen of Cups. You can see this raggedy like mermaid being in this, you know, steaming water. But you know, the Queen of Potions is, or the Queen of Cups is usually connected to emotional intelligence. It's connected to definitely water, which I know that you mentioned you are, you know, you have water in your chart. The Queen of Cups is very much in control of her emotions, right? She doesn't let her emotions get out of hand or overpower her. This is also a card that is very much connected to intuition, to our intuition. And a lot of times when this card shows up, it is like, you know, kind of talking about making your own connection with intuition. So for the card, again, these are the cards that I'm looking at for the situation. You may be having to tap into your intuition for this one. Make sure that you are listening to your gut and try not to go against the flow. right? If you're perceiving that they are indifferent, then allow space, right? Allow space. Because here's the two oracle cards that I pulled with the Queen of Cups. One is love, and you could see, I mean, that's clear as day, kind of. In this lighting, not so much, but you could see that there's a physical expression of love in this card. And I feel like this is what you want. But what you don't want to do is control the situation. What you don't want to do is control the situation. You want to be able to kind of let things flow. I feel like this Queen of Cups here is saying, go with the flow, listen to your intuition, let things happen naturally. You won't move on and look for new love. See, this is where it can get a little bit hairy for you. Have you been in a relationship with this person before? Did you all, like, were you together and you parted ways, or you just have feelings for them? Debbie's Witchy Vlog, you're here. Hi, how are you? Oh, it's so good to see you. I'm happy you're here. Debbie's Witchy Vlog. The next time you make a junk journal, please. I've been checking your Ko-fi page. I want one of those. Just saying. Okay. Trooper 69. Thank you. Yes, friends. Please remember to like and subscribe. I appreciate you. Okay. Now, yes, we were engaged. Oh, and he put me in a third party and I dumped him. Oh my God. Okay, so let's revisit these cards because this makes so much sense, right? So definitely for you, we have the, what is the deck? I'm being a slow crafter. Okay, I get it. No problem. No pressure. Karen Suki, the one with the statues is called the Cemetery deck. It's on Make Playing Cards, and it's by Mary Louise Vessels or Wessels or something like that. Tomorrow when I go in and I put the timestamps for the readings, I'll link her NPC to the description box so you can look at it. Okay. All right, so you for you, I have the Queen, right? The Queen of Pentacles, and it's all about what I said. Like, you want to do all these wonderful things, like you want what it could have been, and you're in a situation where you're having to hold back because Amer is not exactly being a team player right now. Amer has their own thoughts and ideas, their own things that they're trying to do, and they're just indifferent to your situation, your feelings, what you're going through. Okay, so you did the right thing by breaking it off, because by staying in that situation, it says that you allow or you condone or you accept to be treated that way, and you did not. So you ended it, right? So that tells me that you are listening to your intuition, but like you're hoping for this, for this, but that is so hard to do. Like, it's hard to control this situation. Right now, I don't see a change. I don't see a change. The change has to come from you. The change has to come from you, and you won't be ready to move on until you're ready to move on. Right? That's a personal choice. It's different for everyone. Let me pull here. I'm gonna pull a closing card from this deck here, the Halloween Oracle. And this will be advice for you. Hi Lisa, how are you? Welcome into the chat. Thank you for being here. All right, so I'm gonna pull an advice card for you because you're in a pickle. You're in a pickle. You are going to have to find a way to work through those feelings, but not just the feelings, the hurt, and, you know, the pain, the disillusion, you know, that you probably felt as you were, you know, making decisions at the time. Like, it did not end the way you hoped, but maybe that was for the best. So for you, I pulled this card here. It's werewolf, the werewolf card. And the key word is exploring wildness. This is definitely an invitation for you to explore yourself. You know, maybe this is going to be hard for you, and this is going to be hard for you to hear. This is an invitation for you to pause, right? Take a break from thinking about Amber and think about you. Explore you. That's what this card is saying. So I'm going to get the book and I'm going to share the medicine from the book. Hold on. Werewolf. Right here. Here. Okay, I'm going to hold the card up so you can look at that while I read to you what it says in the book. Okay. Now, the werewolf is asking us to consider the balance and to delve into our own ideas and our own wildness, our independence, our custodianship of the planet. When is the last time that you spent all day outside? When's the last time that you threw your head back and held at the moon? Do you squash the vitality and the curiosity of your body and mind by sitting all day in front of a computer? The werewolf challenges you to weave a balance between nature and your own nature, right? So this card is kind of asking you to step outside of your comfort zone. Night, Fatima. Thank you for being here, my friend. Thank you. You know, to kind of step outside of your comfort zone and explore your own boundaries, your own limitations, and what you would like to do, you know, with your own life. That's my advice to you. It sounds like, which makes perfect sense, you have very deep feelings towards this person, but there has to be a way that you work through that, because it sounds like this might not be in the best interest for you, especially if they involved a third person and that's not something that is in your comfort zone, right? Are you gonna do it? You know, maybe that exploring wildness card is saying explore. I don't know. Like, I don't know. You have to kind of give that some thought and decide, is this a person that you love so much that you'd be willing to share them with somebody else? Or is it best to like find a way to sever those ties, cut those cords, and start fresh? You know, start on your healing journey. Get outside. Spend time in nature. Clear your mind. Spend some time reflecting and reconnecting with who you are, with who you were before this whole thing happened. Right? Because I feel like sometimes we lose sight of who we are when we step into a relationship. It's like we forget who we are, what we were about, what we believed in, what we liked, what we didn't like. This is a great time for you to reconnect with yourself. Hopefully that makes some sense. It's resonating for you? Okay, that's good. That's good. Wow, that was big energy coming through. Big energy on that one. All right, I'm gonna shuffle these back in. Melissa Corona was the last person on our list. And it was, okay, I need to focus on myself. He was my twin flame. Yeah, and I had to let go of him because I have a daughter and I love her more. Oh my gosh. Yes. And I want to show her that it wasn't okay for him to cheat. Yes. Yes, because little eyes are always watching. They're watching how we react, how we respond, and they learn to model behavior, right? And so if you invite that into your space, then they potentially grow up with the idea like that's cool. You know, well, mom, you know, did it like that. Yeah, kids they're like sponges. They watch everything. You know, they watch everything. And even the things that you know, that you think like they didn't notice, they didn't see, they didn't hear, they're paying attention. They're always paying attention. Mine are always paying attention, and mine are in their, you know, my son is 20 and my daughter is 18, and they're very in tune. Okay. Clavis says, I believe this is by Mario Benedetti. Math that it is better to keep away from. Vicious circles, love triangles, and square minds. Oh, I love that, Clavis. I love that. Oh my God. That's awesome. Clavis, you cracked me up. Oh my God, this card flipped over when I was shuffling. Guidance. You provided guidance today. What a wonderful quote. That's awesome. Thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh, how fun. This was so fun playing around with these decks. I was so happy to bring out all my, you know, my Halloween themed or my spooky decks, my darker decks. Sometimes I think like, oh, you know, some of these are kind of like shadow work decks, and you know, it's hard, right? Not everybody is ready to do shadow work, but I think they worked today. I think they did a good job. This was fun. Thank you so much for everybody that came and hung out and spent time. We have finished all of our readings for today. I am happy for anybody that is left in the chat. If I haven't had a chance to read for you, if you would like me to pull an oracle card, I'm happy to do that before we close out for tonight. And as a reminder, Desiree and I are going live tomorrow night. We're going to do a VR. We're going to, that's a video response. And we're going to be working on a seance spread. So totally themed Halloween spread. Should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. Love spending time with my bestie. So we're going to be live on my channel tomorrow night. So if, I think probably most of you have, you know, met Desiree at one point or another, but I'm always thrilled to share space with her. She was working tonight and she couldn't be in the chat, but I'm thrilled. Awesome, awesome. Okay, now what time? Okay, so it's 9 o'clock my time Eastern, 9 Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, because she's Central. Yeah, so tomorrow, 9 p.m. seance. I already have the thumbnail up, so you can go on my page and click the notify me button, and it'll let you know when we go live. I'm really excited. That should be fun. That should be fun. All right, so anyone that oh, you're so welcome, Victor. This was a lot of fun. If last call, if anybody would like a card, I'm happy to pull a card. If not, then I will say good night and go hunt down some dinner. I will go hunt down some dinner. Perbita. Oh, hi, Perbita. How are you? An oracle card? Yeah, I'm happy to do that. Yeah. How you been, Perbita? Everything good? All right, so I'm gonna pull a card for you from the Halloween Oracle, okay? And let's see what message we have. You're trying your best. I know. Some days is easier than others. I'm trying my best too. I've been going through a whirlwind of things, and it's been a tough week for me. But having this space to come home to is really helpful. It helps me, you know, keep my mind busy on other things and not worry so much about everything else. So, ooh, we have a beautiful card for you. Let me see. Okay. I know, and I just got this, Clavis. I just got it. Mine is the matte version. So the keyword, or sorry, the card is midnight, the most magical hour of all. Okay. The middle of the night, midnight, is the hour in which it is believed that ghosts, witches, ghouls, and magic are most likely to be active. Transition times such as noon, the time between tides, or even dark moon are traditionally powerful times for magical transformation. Ooh, so allow yourself to relax into the darkness of midnight. Okay, you might feel that this is your darkest hour, but know that the light will return again. The dawn always follows the darkest night. Know too that it is important to recognize that we all have darkness within us just as we have light, and this isn't something to hide from. What a beautiful message. Yes. So in essence, what it's saying is we have to embrace. We have to embrace the good, the bad, and the ugly. Ah, thank you so much. Thank you, Trista, for being here. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. Perdita, hopefully that message made sense to you. That was from the Halloween Oracle. All right, friends. The Cinderella fairy tale. Yes, the Cinderella. Yes. Yes, at midnight, everything changes. You love the vibe and the energy. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you came back. Awesome, awesome. All right. Last call. Anyone that is wanting a card from the Halloween Oracle, please let me know. Thank you, Clint. Thank you so much for being here and for hanging out and for bringing your energy. You're always so cheerful. Love that. All right. Well, thank you so much, friends. Thank you for everything. And I will see you all very soon. Clavis, reach out. Love you guys. Thank you, Cherry Blossom. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.